What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Got this Florida Derby coming up here this weekend down in Miami. I wanted to get down there this year for the race. Unfortunately, tickets were $235, so I think I'm going to skip it this year. Those were some of the better seats. The cheap seats were still like $55, I think it was, $58, somewhere around there. And that's still too much for the Florida Derby. But, with the Modelo virus and everything going on, I guess, that's driving the price up because it's limited seating. So at any rate, got Florida Derby going off, $750,000 this year due to the cutbacks. Very interesting race, I think, this year. We got a heavy favorite in Greatest Honor. Won the Fountain of Youth, won the Holy Bull. Everybody's thinking he's going to win this one. I'm not quite so sure, though. It doesn't look to be that obvious because there's some decent contenders in here. All right, so let's get to it. The number one, Nova Rags, 12-1 on this one. This one's out of Union Rags. Junior Alvarado riding this horse. Ren is Sam F. Davis, second in that one. Ran in the Pasco as well. Got a win there. Decent race there at 7 furlongs. I think going any farther than that, didn't do too much of the mile and 16th. He's going to have to step up his game here, or else hope the pace gets a little bit too out of hand. Maybe he might do something, but I'm not really looking at him too much. Junior Alvarado and him, like I said, 12-1. Number two, Quantum Leap. Decent breeding out of this one. He's a pioneer of the Nile horse. He's got Distorted Humor on the other side. So with Empire Maker and Distorted Humor as your grandfathers, that's going to lead for a strong grandson there. We got 20-1 on this horse, however. Vasquez is riding him. I think this probably got a lot to do with it, even though he's gotten a win aboard this horse before in his last race, mile and 8 at Gulfstream. 151 in the time in that one, a 48 second half mile. Kind of walked around the track in that one. He came out with a win by a neck. He's going to have to do a lot better in this one to get a win. Number three, Girafales. This one's out of Social Inclusion, who's a pioneer of the Nile horse as well, Florida bred here. Edgar Zayas riding him. Don't think too much of this horse. He was fifth in the Fountain of Youth. They got Zayas aboard him now. Hopefully he'll step it up there, but fifth in the Holy Bull as well. So compared to Greatest Honor, this horse isn't showing too much. They got him at 30-1, maybe a bit unfair. He knows the track, but probably built better for shorter distances on this one. Number four, we got Southern Passage. This one's a Super Saver horse trained by Dale Romans. Corey Lannery riding him. 30-1 they say on this horse too. Now Lannery ride him in his last out, second place down here Gulfstream in a mile. 135, decent time in that one. 31's a bit much. I mean, I think the horse does have a chance to hit the board. I don't know if that will go down, so he may be worth a show play, or maybe you want to throw him into the third spot in a try or super or something like that. Maybe even second if something crazy happens, but Corey Lannery's riding him. I don't like to bet too much on him to come through in these big races. Number five, we got Known Agenda. Now, this horse is interesting here. Curlin horse, ironically, this year they're calling it the Curlin Florida Derby. So they got this Curlin horse here, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr. So he's got the decent breeding, good trainer, good jockey. They got him at 5-1, I think, because of that. Just not sure about the horse. His last win was huge here at Gulfstream. Mile and 8th and 150, won that by 11, so pretty sure he could do a little bit better. Don't know if he's going to be able to keep up with the competition in this one, though, so you definitely want to keep an eye on this one. The jockey and the trainer's bringing the price down on the horse, though. That's a tough call. He did have a 59 breezing, I've got written down here back in January. That's a tough call, though, with Known Agenda. Like I said, Todd Pletcher horse, Irad Ortiz Jr., Curlin horse, but not sure if he can get it done on the track. We'll have to keep an eye on him. 6, Cigaloso, another 30-1 morning odds horse. Luis Reyes riding this horse out of Kozan. It's a Distorted Humor horse. Don't really like this horse too much. I mean, turf horse. They're switching him over to dirt here. Edgar Zayas was riding him. He did get a win on turf at Gulfstream in a mile. Did some decent times. Ran some decent races on turf. I just don't really like him switching over to the dirt. Because it may be able to hit the board. I would like him better if he had Zayas aboard him. But they're switching to Reyes. I don't really like Cigaloso in this one. But hey, maybe the horse can show something. It's not that I dislike the horse too much. Just trying to make the jockey combo in the race distance, so on and so forth. At any rate, the number 7, Greatest Honor, the favorite, are a lot to like about this horse, except the price on him. He's 6-5 morning odds. Probably going to go off around there, maybe a little bit under, maybe like a 4-5. A lot of people are going to like this horse. Trained by Shig McGahee. He's a Tapit horse. Street Cry out on the other side. So strong breeding with Greatest Honor. Easy win in the Holy Bull, easy win in the Fountain of Youth. I don't think it's going to be so easy for him in this one. I think the pace is going to be a bit stronger than it was in those races, and I think these horses are a bit better than those ones he faced in those 2 races. I kind of thought he was going to run second, get beat there by Drain the Clock there in the Fountain of Youth. Drain the Clock wasn't able to hang on, though, ran second. Greatest Honor just kind of took over very easily. I think he's going to have to run a faster time than this 144, probably faster than 143 ran in the Holy Bull to get the win today, though. Number 8, Soup and Sandwich. All right, Soup and Sandwich. First of all, they got him at 20-1. I just don't know who these morning odds people are sometimes. I don't know how you got it. This horse is not going off at 20-1. All right, he's not going off at 20-1. He's undefeated, and he's got Johnny Velasquez riding him. He's an into mischief horse. His grandfather on the other side is Tapit, so he's well-bred, Florida-bred, Mark Casey trained. This horse is not going off at 20-1. I wish they offered options on these morning line odds, because I would definitely do a put on these numbers, because it's going down, all right? Going down. It's not going to be 20-1. Soup and Sandwich here, undefeated, like I said. One problem with his jockey changes. His first race was at Gulfstream here. Irad Ortiz Jr., who we were just talking about on known as Jinda, rode him in his first out, 6.5 furlongs and 116. Impressive. 7-length win. Impressive. He got a 2-length win here in the next race, 1 mile and 40 yards. I hate that distance. Odd to calculate in Tampa. At any rate, an optional claimer, $75,000. 2-length win there. Switched up the jockey. Who is this they had riding? Gallardo? Yeah. At any rate, Johnny Velasquez is on him now. There's no way he's going off at 20-1. Decent workouts on this horse, like I said. Good breeding. Decent trainer. We'll see. Number 9, we got Collaborate. Now, this is another horse you definitely got to watch out for. Six furlong race to start, ran 5th, didn't do too much. He came out there in the second race. Excellent race. His jockey, excellent run his jockey, Tyler Gaffalione, gave him in that race. He did the mile in Gulfstream in 136, opened it up with a 146. Second half mile, Tyler Gaffalione's back on him again today. Strong breeding out of this one. Another Into Mischief horse. After Authentic, people loving that Into Mischief. I think that line's going to be getting a lot of attention now. But at any rate, Quiet American on the other side, who was Real Quiet's father. I mean, Real Quiet was as close as you can come to being a Triple Crown horse without being a Triple Crown. So strong breeding once again. Going to be the front runner, I think, in this one. The problem is the jockey. Tyler Gaffalione's all right, but when you get in the bigger races, he doesn't always perform. Now, he did get that win with War Will in the Preakness a couple years ago. He got a great ride. He was familiar with the horse. Great run. This time he was on the inside there. He's coming from the outside now. He knows his horse. 2 rides on him. It's tough to pick him, but I think he might be the best horse in the race. I think he might even be better than Greatest Honor. As far as the quality of horse, it's going to all depend on the ride he gets out of his jockey. I think that's really the case with this one here with Collaborate. Uh, he's going to make it interesting, I think, though. Number 10, Spielberg, another interesting horse. 4-1 they got on the morning odds with this one. By the way, the odds on Collaborate, they got 6-1. Probably going to change on that, too. He's probably coming down to 3-1, 4-1, somewhere around there. Anyway, Spielberg, all right, 4-1. Union Rags horse trained by Bob Baffert. Javier Castellano riding him. Now, I find this hard to believe. This is the first time Bob Baffert has ever entered a horse in the Florida Derby. I know he doesn't like that because it's much tougher to win here than in California where he runs everything and he can do what Baffert does best. But at any rate, he's got this Spielberg horse here in the Florida Derby. I think it's a decent horse. You have a chance to hit the board. Last out here in the Southwest, second. 4 lengths off. Martin Garcia ride him there. Flavian Pratt ride him fourth. And the R.B. Lewis, that he was running against Hot Rod Charlie, who came up with that win in the Louisiana last week. He was fourth behind them by 11 lengths, so way off of that pace. I don't think this horse is really cut out to compete. He did have a decent run here at 1.116. Before that, won by a nose of Flavian Pratt. He's going to have to run a race similar to that to be able to win. Run in the Southwest against a Central Quality Breeders' Cup juvenile winner. Just showed he really, 4 lengths off of that. I don't really think this horse had it. He's upgrading to Javier Castellano, so maybe Castellano can get a little bit more out of him, even though he's been a bit cold of late. He hasn't been the Castellano he was a few years back. Spielberg, though, I think the price will probably go up on him. 4-1, I think the price may go up a little bit on him. Anyway, 11, Papatu. Dialed in horse. Can't read my handwriting sometimes. Dialed in horse here. Amicio Jaramillo. 15 riding him 15-1 on this horse. You got a jockey that knows the track, so maybe he may run third or something. I don't like this horse too much though. Last out was 1.116 to Gulfstream. Third in that when Junior Alvarado was riding him. Before that he was 6-10 lengths off at Gulfstream as well. 1.116, and the times weren't good. The horse didn't do well. Hey, he's going to need a lot of help. That's all I can say. Papatu's going to need a lot of help. Now, as far as the pace of this one, a lot of these horses have been running against decent paces, but slower horses once they get above 6-7 furlongs. These paces have been slowing down. I don't think that's going to be the case today. I think Collaborate, who's shown he's got some speed, is going to get out there. I think he's probably going to get the lead. Johnny Velasquez is going to be behind him. Now, if Collaborate can hang on there and just, as I say, just run his race, don't pay attention to the other horses, I think Collaborate's going to win. However, I don't think he's going to do that. Gaffleon, I think, will probably be a little bit too worried about these other horses. He's not going to let his horse run freely, and I think that he's going to get stalked by Soup and Sandwich, all right? And so Soup and Sandwich, I think, is going to get up in there probably around the 3/4 mile mark, start to make a move, and I think Johnny V's going to get up there and get the lead. Now, all the other horses I expect to be running off the pace. I think they're going to be scattered and off the pace. Greatest Honor, I do think it's going to start to make a move at that point, and that's when I think the race is going to be on, because Jose is going to move him. Irad Ortiz is going to be moving Known Agenda. So these horses are going to be coming in fast and furious. Don't think they're all going to be able to get there, though, except for Greatest Honor. I think Greatest Honor is really going to make the big move. Collaborate, I think he's really going to hold the horse back too much, not have enough gas, and Collaborate's not going to be able to hang on for the win. I think Soup and Sandwich is going to move past him, and Greatest Honor will move past him as well. It's going to come down, I think, to a showdown between Greatest Honor, Soup, and Sandwich. I'm going with Soup and Sandwich. That's right. I know people are going to say, how are you going to go against Greatest Honor? You should just take them. And then if I take Greatest Honor, they're going to say you're just going with the favorite and you're not feeling it. I kind of felt a little apprehensive about my pick when I woke up this morning and said, I don't know, maybe look at this again. I'm sticking with Soup and Sandwich, all right? I'm sticking with Soup and Sandwich, all right? Chicken noodle with a turkey club on marble rye, all right? Soup and Sandwich for the win. Greatest Honor, I'm going with in second place. Third, I think Collaborate holds out. And for fourth, I'm going with Known Agenda. I think Irad Ortiz Jr. gets Known Agenda in there. Doesn't hit the board, though. For those that do want to know, I did change the picks. I don't like changing my picks, but I did make a slight adjustment. So if anybody wants to know what I picked last night that I made a slight adjustment on, Soup and Sandwich in the win. Greatest Honor I had second. I was going with Spielberg third. I don't know why I was thinking Spielberg third last night, but I kind of changed my mind. I had Spielberg third, Known Agenda fourth. So not really big change. I didn't change the winner or anything, but I did switch it up. I think Collaborate's going to be able to hang in there because I do think he is a good horse. I don't think he's going to completely fall apart, but Known Agenda, I do think is going to make that move. Don't think he'll be able to hold out the Greatest Honor. And I'm going with Soup and Sandwich for the win. All right, so I'll see y'all after the race. Jeff Ruby Stakes coming up as well. I'm going to try to get a video out for that as well, so stay tuned for that one. That race is today. UAE Derbies today as well. Didn't even get to look at that one. We got a race in Japan. So a lot of races today, Derby prep races. Got to cut this video off now because we got more to do.